Hey friends, it's Rachel, and we are going to go over all of the places in your Subtrio account where you need to change stuff, information, all the things if you're going to be rebranding your Subtrio account, okay? So we already did the domains video that shows you exactly where to go when you need to change your domains, your subdomains over. And then this is going to show you all the other places that you need to go in and think about changing stuff, okay? So we're just on our dashboard here. And the first thing we're going to do is come here and go to settings. Now, the first one that pops up is our business profile, and that's exactly where we're going to start, okay? So I'm going to change out my business logo, and it even gives you dimensions here and size. So we're just going to click on upload. I'm going to take me a minute to actually find mine. It is just having a moment today. Okay, let's see if one of these are the right size. Maybe, it worked. Close enough for now. I'll fix it later. But just know that this is the size you need it to be. So got that popped in there. Next thing we're gonna do is change our business name. So this is going to be Living Life Rule for me. Legal business name. I don't have a legal business name. Technically, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, if you have one, put that in here. If you have an EIN, like if you're fully like registered and everything, pop that in here, okay? Then we're gonna change your business email to whatever your new one is gonna be. You can change your phone number if you need to. We already changed our branded domain right here, so I'm gonna just leave that how it is. And then I'm gonna change our website out. And let's see if my niche is in here at all. I could do garden. Just find your business niche. If it's not in there, I think there's another no. What else is my niche? Modern homesteading. So let me figure this out. I'm still going with this education right now because I can't find another niche that works better than that. But hopefully there's one that suits your needs better. Anyway, once you get all this stuff changed, come down here, click on update information. That way it saves all of this, okay? If you need to update your address or time zone or any of that kind of stuff, you can do that over here. Your business information, if you have any of that kind of stuff that you need to pop in there. And then all of these settings should still be the same from when you first set up Subtrio. If not, make sure that this box is checked. Verify email address when first email is sent to a new contact. And make email compliant by adding unsubscribe link to your email. We don't want to do duplicate contacts. Yeah. Anyway, that covers that page. Okay, so now that is all set up, let's move on to the next part. If you need to do anything to your specific profile, you can do that under My Profile. You can change your picture, password, stuff like that in your calendars, all that kind of stuff. But none of this stuff is like absolutely has to be changed anytime you set up a like rebrand, okay? Billing, you shouldn't really have to change anything in there unless you have like a different credit card that you need to set up. You can go into billing and like put that in here, okay? Staff, if you've got any staff that you need to update, you can do that there. Opportunities and pipelines, that's something we really work with. If you need to change up your calendar settings at all, you would do that under calendars. we set up our email services already in we did the domain video. Oh, I forgot this one though. Reply and forward settings. Reply to address. Make sure that this gets changed to your address, your email address that you're actually gonna get emails. Okay. The one that you want your people to send their emails to when they hit reply. And then one little caveat with this, once you put this in here, you have to hit enter, otherwise it doesn't stay in there. Okay. And then you have to just move my face, come over here and click on save. Okay. Balance classification. We shouldn't have to do anything with this with the rest of these kind of things. So okay. Just if you go into custom fields, it's gonna have like all of the stuff, and custom values is gonna have anything that you've added from before from your old branding. But you don't have to go through and change any of this right now. Like you can go in and remove stuff if you want to, but if you're gonna be like, a lot of my custom fields are for forms, and I don't really want to mess those up on my current funnels and things, so I'm just gonna leave all this the way it is. Yeah, so the rest of this stuff, you're going to work with it as you work with your new domains, with your new branding, and so you don't really have to do anything with this except for brand boards. So let's go in there. Now you can leave your old brand board in there if you want to, and then we're just going to add our new one. Okay, so you can kind of pick your style, and then you can go in and edit everything. So I'm just going to start from blank because that makes my life easier. Click on continue. Now you are going to need all of your brand stuff, information, links, etc., or links, colors, etc. So make sure you have those ready. So let's just go ahead and upload some logos. So let's grab this. And I don't have any of my new other business logos here, so we're going to come here and do upload. And we're just going to upload all of these. Okay, these are all uploaded. And I'm going to just go ahead and make a folder because that makes my life a lot easier if I can keep them organized. So LLR logos. Save. And then I'm going to move these all into there. Okay, now I'm going to open that file and add the rest of my logos into here. That way I just have them all good to go. And then I should have one more. Sorry, two more. I'm just kidding. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add these elements too, just for good measure. That way I've got them in there. Okay, so back to what we were doing. Now that we've got your logos uploaded. So you're just going to click upload logo. Obviously, this is a long one, a more horizontal one. So I'm just going to come in here and choose my horizontal one, face up. And then for this one, same thing, click on edit to my logos. And then you can just double click on it, or if you just click on it once, click on insert media, then it pops up. Now let's add some colors. Now, yeah, we can change these. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on, well, that is helpful. Well, I'm not sure how you're supposed to fix this. Let's go to text. My font is, let's see if we have it. Bitter. Yes, we have that. And then I have spout. And then I also use Nudo. However you say it. Okay, let's save this so we don't like mess it up. I'm gonna go ahead and change the name here to like Floral Brand Word. And I'm gonna go ahead and save this and go back out and see if I can come back and get the colors to work correctly. No. Let me change my screens and see if that does anything. Okay, so that didn't work either. Let me see if I can just like, okay. I can kind of do this. I'm just gonna work with this. So, let's see here. I don't know if this will do this for you guys or not. So if it does, what I'm doing is this is the little place where you put your hex code. And so I'm just clicking in there and then backspacing a whole bunch and then pasting the new hex code in and hitting enter. And then it puts it in there. So that's a workaround. I don't know why it's being silly. It could just be my computer. I've been having a little bit of trouble with it, so it's possible. But hopefully it just shows up correctly for you. Either way, you need to put your new hex code in, hit enter, and then you can change the name here also. I have a bunch of different colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this video until I finish getting my colors put in. See, I forgot to hit enter, and so it automatically just goes to black. I don't necessarily recommend having this many brand colors. I just have a lot of colors. I like design, and I'm just weird like that. So anyway, here is your brand board. Change up, click on save. Actually, yeah, click on save, and then we're gonna go ahead and set this as the default, so that's what shows up for you. So then we can click on back, and then we have our brand boards in here. And then you can also do your brand voice if you want to. I've never actually set this up, so you would just click on add brand voice here or here. And then I would start from scratch. And you can fill all this kind of stuff in, and then you have that kind of pre-done for you. If you do text or URL, it gives you, like, you could put your about page on here, or a blog post you really like, or any sort of a page that really reflects what your brand, your tone, etc. sounds like, and then you can move on from there. Okay. All right. Now, since we have our brand colors and logos and everything up, let's go ahead and change out our client portal branding. So you can go to sites or memberships, does not matter which one it is, but you're just going to go to client portal and then settings. And then you're going to come here and click on branding. Okay. Now you can change your portal name right here. Hey, mine actually fits this time. But you can make this say whatever you want to. It's just what your portal name will look like. And then you can put whatever you want here. I'm just going to change that to that. Then you can change your colors. I'm going to change to my main colors. And it always adds an FF code after your main hex code because this is hex A. So you'll need to do that. And I never remember if this is the right order I want these colors to be in or not, but we'll see. Okay, then you can change up your favicon. Let's get rid of that. Let's add. Let's just do this. Okay, and then your portal image, this will be like the image on the, actually, let me just show you it. It'll be this image right here. Okay, this whole background image. So you can change it to an image or you can leave it as just like a solid color or whatever you want to do. But it does give you the dimensions right here. I'm going to just leave this for now because I need to find a good image for that. Okay. Then your logo, it has to be square. So I am going to use, you guys having issues with opening up my files today. I am just going to use one of my circles because I know those are square. So we're just going to put that in there for now. And then you want to make sure you change out your support email. Okay. And then copyright information, your business name. You don't really need to worry about advanced. That's just for custom like CSS and stuff. And that's a project for another day. So then click on Save Settings. And then if we come over here, this should update eventually. It may take it a little while. So you can come back and check that a little bit. Okay. All right. Next up, since we are talking about the client portal anyway, and if you went ahead and changed over this domain, you need to make sure that you send out an email right away to all of your current customers and let them know what the new login link is for your membership area, your client portal, etc. So I don't have a very big list. If you did have a larger list, obviously you would want to send this email out ahead of time before you change it. Say, you know, here's the deal. I'm going to be changing this link at this time on this day. You may expect it to be down for a few minutes. If it, doesn't work, contact us, etc. But this is the new one. Bookmark it, etc. Okay. So yeah, so make sure you let your current clients know, if you have any, that you changed over to a new login link for their membership area. Okay, next, let's talk about emails. Obviously, if you've been using Subtrio for sending emails already, you're going to need to change over your email branding. So if you go to marketing, go to emails, this is something that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to change over your any templates, etc., that you, if you're sending with your new branding, you're going to have to go in and change those. Okay. So any like default emails that you've set up, you're going to want to go in and change the branding on those. Your templates, etc., you're going to want to go in and change those. Now, I'm not going to go through all that just for the sake of time, but just don't forget to change your emails out, the branding on your emails. Social Planner, if you're using that for Subtrio, make sure you connect it to any new accounts and not your old accounts. Affiliate Manager, if you've got affiliate campaigns, you're going to want to change any of the default emails out for that, as well as any branding that you have there. Let's see what's next. I'm not actually going to go into my contacts list, so I don't have to blur everybody out. But just know you may want to segment your email list different. So if you have a current, like I have 170 some contacts in my emails right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag them all as STC. And I sent out an email to my entire list earlier, I think it was last week, and told them, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's changing. If you want to be on my new list, hit reply, let me know, and I'll put you on my new Homestead list. Otherwise, you can just not worry about it, okay? If you want to unsubscribe, that's totally fine. I understand. But anyway, make sure that you go in and segment your contacts list, set them all as to your previous business before you start adding customers and contacts, etc., for your new business. It will save you a lot of time and headache in the future. Then next, let's talk about our funnels. So if you already have this all set up, you're going to be changing funnels out probably, okay? Depending on what you're doing with your old business, you may want to leave it some. You may want to change it to your new domain. That just whatever you want to do is up to you. So let's just look here in freebies and see what we have. Those are all. Let's check this one. Okay, yeah, it's got my simple tech connections. Ultimately, I'm going to be changing everything over to the new domain because I don't want to keep the current domain, but I've got a little bit of time before I have to do that. Let's see. Here, let's go under services and check out this one. Now, this is not a service that I'm going to be offering anymore. It is under simple tech connections. But if we want to change the funnel link here, we're going to just go into settings on the funnel and we're going to select a domain and you would change it to the new one you set up, and then you would make sure you come down here and click on save. Okay. And yes, it's going to give you an error message. Like, do you really want to change this? It's going to change these things. Do you want to continue? Yes, I do. We're going to type in the word change. And then yes, change. Okay. So that's how you change your links on your funnels. Now remember, if you change a link to your funnel, any place you have your old link, it's going to not work when they go to it, okay? So you're going to have to make sure that you go in and change all those any place that you might have old links. So just something else to think about. Same with forms. The really nice thing about forms is that when you change your branded domain, it automatically updates all of your forms. So they get sent, they have the new link, the new subdomain as their URL. However, if you have your old links out there, you're going to have to go in and change those out and to make sure that your forms keep working. Okay. So basically the moral of the story here is any place that you have changed a domain, okay? Funnels, forms, an e-commerce store, any other sites, etc. You're going to have to go in and change those links out in the world wherever you have put those, okay? Let's see what's next. I think that pretty well covers all of the um different places that you need to change things. Obviously, it's a little more work than what I've shown in the video because you actually have to go in and change your emails and your tags and all that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, those are some of the key places that you need to make sure that you change your branding. And if you have any questions, reach out to support@subtrio.com. They're happy to help and will get you on the right track. Thanks.